what's going on, peeps? Welcome to day 6 of the 31 Days of Horror. Derek back, bringing you another film that had effects by Harryhausen, but it's not a creature feature. It's like a aliens taking over the world type deal, and it's from 1956, and it's directed by Fred E. Shears, and it's called Earth versus the Flying Saucers. It stars Hugh Marlowe and Joan Taylor. And let's just get into the plot of this one. We're introduced to our two main characters. We're introduced to Dr. Russell Martin and his wife, Carol. They're working on this operation called Skyhook, which is basically they are sending rockets into space to probe for like future space missions. So while they're driving to their base of this operation, they see a flying saucer. They don't believe that they saw it though, and they don't have like any proof and stuff of it. So they just knock it off. They actually recorded the sound of the saucer while they saw it. That's why they show it later on in the film. It brings an important point of the film. Carol's father is like a general in the military. He comes to visit the base and tells them pretty much that they shouldn't be sending rockets up into space because they're just being shot down miraculously because they just found one in the coast of like Hawaii, I believe it was. And yeah, but they still send it, and pretty much happens is the aliens come to destroy the base in operation. They destroy like the next rocket that's about to be launched into space. They actually abduct Carol's father, the general, and Carol and Russell are the only two that left alive from survive that ordeal. So flash forwards, they get saved and questioned about what happened. And pretty much what happens is Russell gets invited onto the ship. By the way, I forgot to mention, he finds out that the message of they heard on their radio was actually a direct message, and they were supposed to decipher it, and it never got deciphered in time. That's why that whole thing happened with the destruction of the base. So he ends up meeting with the aliens, him and his wife, and this other I think he's a general too, and they end up finding out that Carol's father has been brainwashed and stuff to get information from him. And pretty much what happens is they tell them, you either become loyal to us or we're going to destroy you. You become our slaves or not. Pretty much the gist of the film. So pretty much the rest of the film is trying to figure out how to stop these aliens and their flying saucers from destroying the world. That's pretty much the whole plot of the film. Now my thoughts on it. Very interesting way of like, first off, let's get into the effects. Harryhausen doesn't do any like alien effects in this. He just does the effects of the actual saucers in the film that you see. And they are pretty outstanding for like flying saucers, because they're not just like floating discs that don't do anything, you know, like oh, some old 50s movies just have the discs that's floating. These ones have like character to them. They actually, Harryhausen makes the saucers their own character in this film. They have vibrant movements and do different things that some saucers, especially during that time period, would have not done. And they really do have like their own characters, the saucers. Now the aliens, on the other hand, I'll show you what one looks like on the back cover. If you see them, they reveal what they look like underneath this. They wear like these metallic masks. They shoot rays out of their hands. It's kind of crazy. They disintegrate when the rays hit people. It's a good mixture of like good stop motion animation and practical like suits and stuff. I actually enjoyed that part. And The acting for the most part is actually really good, especially from the two leads. They actually pulled it off. They made you believe that they were like a real couple, and their struggles of trying to find out, and the sadness of like things that are happening in their lives and situations. Which one thing I mentioned in my last review for like it had that narration again, which, but it wasn't as much as it was in that It Came From Beneath the Sea. It was actually just, I think, like two scenes at least, so it wasn't as bad. Didn't take me out of the film. I really enjoyed this one. The ending's kind of hokey, like you know how these films usually end, kind of happy-go-lucky, but you expect that from films from this era, from the 50s and stuff, so I'm not gonna knock it. If I had to rate Earth versus the Flying Saucers, I'll give it a solid, like, same thing I gave the last film, 7.5 out of 10. It's nothing overly great, but it's enjoyable enough to watch, and you'll have fun with it, especially if you like invasion films and science fiction slash, I can consider like aliens trying to take over the world, like this type of films, like kind of horror-ish, because it is scary because you don't know if you could stop this force, like the original War of the Worlds and all those films I suggest as a horror film kinda. So I do enjoy like what, because you only usually see these around this time of year anyways, like maybe like if it's like a Ray Harryhausen birthday marathon, but usually around this time of year you'll be seeing these films. So yeah, 7.5 out of 10. Same thing with like they have a color version. I watched both. Both look really crisp and clean on this DVD. Awesome releases so far. That's all I got for this one. Hope you enjoyed this review. I'll be back tomorrow for day 7. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you see you soon. Peace out.